everyone, welcome back to Let's Play with Fire. I'm Fire Princess, and today we are playing with the Langrics in the Ye Olde Royal Kingdom Challenge in Praven. One thing to note before we start today, if you haven't watched the episode where we have the plague roll, the worldwide random occurrence scenario that ended in a plague roll, then you might want to go check out that video now. I'll have it linked above. Watch that one first before we continue with this video because there will be spoilers. First things first, here is the Langric Household, and I just want to show you real fast what it looks like before I've done anything at all in game. Yep, laundry everywhere, literally everywhere. And more mess than I can keep track of. So poor Kaylynn is dealing with all of this all by herself. Thanks, Octavian. Now, one of our last videos, we did have a worldwide random occurrence scenario for a flood, and the Langric household was actually a part of the damage zone. Only this section though, so luckily they were only really having an issue with their bathroom. But the good thing is we can actually save 6 items, and I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can save actually most of what's in here, so I'm just gonna move it out of the way. We lose a couple of lights, and we actually we have to get rid of the wall paint and floors. Pretty much she has to replace a lot of what is destroyed in this, but I also need to adjust their income because I'm 100% certain we did not leave her with 21,000 simoleons. I just double checked what her funds were at last time we played, and she was at 1,800. So I'm gonna fix her funds. Here's the bathroom all fixed up. Looks literally the exact same. Kaylynn kind of glitched a little bit, so she's in this part of the bathroom now, but not too much damage, mostly because we were able to save a good chunk of what was in here since we could save 6 things. So the flood did affect things. She's got less money than what she would have started out with had the flood not caused damage. So there was a little bit of an effect, but really, this flood just wasn't enough to hurt a lot of our households, so thank goodness, because this household is already going to be suffering from the plague. Just a quick reminder here, so Kaylynn was one of our roles to die from the plague when we did that worldwide Ross. I'll keep her around for a while just because we do have the quads, and Octavian's not the kind of guy to take on quads, seeing as he has the dislikes children trait. We'll figure out what to do with the quads this round, but we're gonna probably let them age up to kids before we actually remove them from households or have any sort of Kaylynn deaths from plague. But that's where this household is kind of starting at. What? She has a van? Okay, well, I'll remove that. I don't know why she has that. She must have bought a potion off of our witch though, because she does have a potion in her inventory. She is actually a cleaner, Kaylynn is, so she is the Inras homemaker career. And she's actually the top of the career just because from us rotating in and out and whatever, she's gained some promotions while we're away. I'm probably going to adjust that to where we don't get that happening because I want it as close to Sims 2 rotation style as possible where you're not getting promotions if you're not around. I've got some need management to do, it looks like. Most of the kids are hungry. It looks like we need some diaper change. We do need to clean up the place a bit since she's left it a mess. And let's see, we'll start with Mary just because Mary's closest to us here. None of the toddlers have any skills right now. And with Kaylynn being sick, I'm not sure exactly how much we're gonna get done because she does actively have the plague right now. Oh, and we need to get Dawn over because we also have a broken sink. You know, it's a great household right now with how crazy everything is. I am trying to sort out who is going to take the quads because we do need them to go somewhere. Most likely, is this broken too? Yep, that's broken too. We're definitely going to need to get Dawn over. Most likely, since Kaylynn is actually friends with Brandy Brook, they're old friends, and they're also of an equivalent class, we're probably going to send the quadruplets over to her. Except for one of the quads. I think Octavian would take one of the quads with him to help Kaylynn out a little bit. Like, he doesn't pay his child support, he doesn't anything, but he does need an heir. And I was looking at their personality. A lot of them take after Kaylynn, So I think for the most part, most of them are going to be with her, or would stay with Brandy, I guess, because they're more similar to Kaylynn. But look at little Allison here. So Allison's a daredevil and evil. I think she might fit right in with Octavian, actually. Let's go ahead and get him over now. I'm gonna get their needs up as best I can. That way we can at least have that conversation and the quads still won't remember who their dad is with him coming over. Because that's part of it too, is I don't want them to necessarily know who they each, like who their dad is, you know what I mean? Like, and if they're a toddler, then they're less likely to remember who their dad is. So he's gonna kind of sneak in and choose a child to take with him, as terrible as that is, and then move on. But he won't actually take the kid until they're a child level, not a toddler, if that makes any sense at all. Kaylynn's doing her best right now to get everything as clean as possible before Octavian gets here. She has not made much of a dent. But he did say he'd come over, so at least he'll make it, but we have a long way to go. Oh snap, look who just showed up, and he actually took Treasure over. Like, he rode Treasure over, which was kind of cool. I don't know what that -$3 is from, but okay. Yes, I know, we still live in a pigsty, we still have crying toddlers making a mess. Yep, she's like, wait, my kids need dirty diapers changed. Kaylynn's like starving right now. Be smooched, that's what he wants to do right now. Why don't you put down your kids so you can have a conversation? There we go. We'll chat with him a little bit. You can see they're definitely not in a good way. They used to be a lot higher, but they are not getting along very well at all. They're actually kind of negative towards each other. Yeah. So he's talking about creativity. I wonder if any of them are creative. Maybe that's like a hint that he wants someone who's creative, which Christine is actually creative. She's a virtuoso, so she's not more like the painting type creative, but she is musically creative. I wonder if we should go with that. Maybe Christine will go with him instead. Oh, but she's talking about... she's talking about her son. There's so many options with how their conversation is going. She's like, why the hell did you just kiss me? We are not there. Oh, now she's talking about Allison. He wasn't interested in Allison either. He just wants to smooch her. Yeah, she's like so upset. She's like, no, dude. I'm trying to make sure you take a child with you and you're just kissing me. Okay, well, the only thing that he got animated about was actually for Christine. I'm only saying that because he was talking about art and like music and that kind of creative thinking, which Christine actually has. I was definitely thinking he'd take Allison because of her traits, but I kind of like that actually. So we're gonna mark Christine to actually go with him. And he says he'll take her because she's more creatively, she has a more creative mind, which is something that Octavian wants, I guess. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah, see, they're talking about art. He's thinking about art. So I think she's actually a lot more in line with Octavian, which means she'll have a better chance being with Octavian and going to live with him, because I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna ignore her for the most part. So if she can just play the piano or play something, we'll have to see what her sub-hobby ends up being once they turn to kids. Let's get poor Kaylynn refueling here since she's been taking care of her house non-stop and the quads. She actually wants to teach Allison and Mary how to talk and none of the other children, so we'll start there and see how it goes. All right, little Mary, let's change your dirty diaper. We'll try and teach you to talk a little bit. I don't think the other toddlers are too terrible. They could all use a potty break, actually. But we'll teach Mary to talk for a while because Kaylynn doesn't want to teach any of them how to potty train. This is one, Sims 3, I definitely try and do it based off of what they want, the parents, because the toddlers don't really have any wants. Sims 2, I do it a little different, where if the toddler wants to learn the skills, then I teach them. Kaylynn has no motivation, and I don't blame her. She's got the plague and quads. They do have 3 days left, so there's a little bit of time to teach them some things, but yeah, honestly, I don't know how far we're gonna get. I think the only saving grace is that Kaylynn doesn't have like a job she has to show up for, so she, at least as long as she's cleaning around her house, she'll get the homemaker career money. See what I mean about how lovely Octavian is? Kaylynn's up bright and early this morning. She actually woke up at almost 2 in the morning to try and take care of some of her needs before she needed to handle all of the toddlers, which they're all waiting to be dealt with here. She did wake up with a few more wants to help her children learn the various skills that they need to learn, so that's good. At least we can start actually working on some of that. She does want to get married too, and unfortunately that's not in your cards, Kaylynn. I'm sorry. She's not feeling that great though, so she's not gonna clean too much today, and I actually think we're gonna have Daniel come over because we need to get some of these things fixed, especially their washer here, because as soon as their washer is fixed, we can actually finish doing laundry. These poor children are gonna freeze their butts off. It's hailing right now, and they're just out in their diapers like la-di-da. I'm still waiting on Daniel to arrive. I think he's probably taken his horse over here. But look, we have Mary about to learn how to talk. One of our wants are gonna be fulfilled anyway. Then the toddlers are gonna need some food. We'll probably just do a bunch of bottles. Come on, Mary, you're almost there. Kaylynn, hold out a little bit longer and then you can feed your children. At least it's not hailing on them anymore. Hey, there it is. All right. Here we go. Daniel's finally, or Don. I kept calling him Daniel. Oh my gosh. I meant Don Lothario, sorry. Oh, and off he goes. So we're gonna introduce ourselves to him. We did send word that we needed help with fixing things, but we haven't actually met Don. Surprisingly, I know, because Kaylynn is Kaylynn and Don is Don. We'll say hello, we'll chat with him a little bit and just let him know that, hey, we need your help. We know that you're the local repairman. Complain about your dirty dishes. Because you can't use the sink. We'll get to know him a little bit. See, he confirms he's in the repairman career. And I'm gonna actually pay him 50 simoleons for each thing that's broken. Our broken items include the sink, the washer for the clothes, and a chamber pot. While these two chat, I'm gonna go ahead and just fix all of these items, since I can't control Don to actually fix these items, you know what I mean? And I don't think there's a way to influence them, unfortunately, so let's invite him inside. That's probably a good start so he can actually go into fixing. But we're just gonna have to pretend that he totally fixed it. Let's see, force repaired. There we go, so Don totally fixed that sink. Let's go ahead and fix, oh my gosh, he's flirting with her. She's like, no thank you, I already have a boyfriend. She's not into him this round. He just fixed your sink, Kaylynn. You can actually start cleaning that up. Dawn is the one that's totally fixing this washer. The chamber pot here, forced, repaired, ta-da! And look at that. Don was able to fix everything, thanks Don. Let's go ahead and pay him his money. We can just do the money transfer to Don and give him what he is owed, 150. Thanks Don for helping with that. Now we're gonna have to take care of our children here. Okay, I fed them all, but it looks like they all need a diaper change, so maybe we should get on that. What is Daniel saying over here? Oh, Daniel and Nina are all over each other. Yeah, sounds about right. See, look, we have all these nice things to do the laundry, and I haven't had a workable washer to do any of it, so I'm excited, actually. Ooh, Coral and Nina are getting in a heated argument. You know exactly why that is, right? Because Daniel's dating both of them. Where'd Allison go? We need, oh, look at Don. Don's such a good dad in any of the playthroughs I've done with him. Granted, he's not the father of these children, but I think he's good with children. Well, thank you, Don, for helping fix all of our broken items around here. Kaylynn can actually finish a lot of her cleaning that she hasn't been able to do. We'll do the clean house interaction so we can get some of that cleaned up. I think since all of the toddlers are in a much better mood, and Kaylynn's kind of feeling a little better now that a lot of her stuff has been fixed, we're gonna have her go ahead and do some skilling after she gets some more of this cleaning done. Oh yeah, absolutely nothing in that skill point. Allison almost knows how to talk. Of course, Kaylynn's teaching her how to say marriage. I wish I could give that for Kaylynn. They're a little soaked because they are getting rained on, but you know, it's fine. Ooh, Christine kind of needs to go to the bathroom, so let's do that since she's the only one who gets to be potty trained, apparently. It's probably for the best since she's the one that's going to be going to Octavian's. We want to make sure that she knows how to use the restroom and is not wetting the bed because I have a feeling he would not tolerate that very well. Are we going to get this potty training skill point? We might. Oh, she did get it. Yes. All right, Christine. Anyone else get to learn how to use the restroom? Allison does. Whoops. Looks like I forgot to pause someone's pregnancy. Darlene and Darren just had a baby girl. I need to get my name randomizer up. I was not prepared for this. But that's good to know that the pregnancy wasn't canceled. That means I'm getting closer to figuring out how to do my rotations without having babies. Welcome baby Cecilia to the Dreamer household. I used Lady Simmer's names that she recommended to choose this name. I used a dice roller basically to choose which one. So if you guys have any recommendations for any more names, please let me know in the comments and I will add any name recommendations you have into a name randomizer, and I can start using your guys' name recommendations instead of just random site name recommendations. Let's get Kaylynn up a little bit early here. She was supposed to wake up at 6, but we'll wake her up a bit early, mostly because the toddlers are starting to wake up. She has some more wants for potty training, so I'm gonna try and get those in, but I can't lock in all of them, unfortunately. No one really needs to use the restroom right now who she wants to potty train, so I think we will hold off a little bit on that. Kaylynn's really not doing well today. I know her mood seems somewhat fine, but I think just with her getting more and more sick with the plague that she's just really not motivated this morning. Like, she's not even dressed, and normally she gets dressed when she gets out to deal with the toddlers. Didn't do her hair, anything like that. What I think she would do is take this mood enhancer potion that she bought from our witch in Praven, and she's gonna drink that potion and try and get her mood up a little bit to try and help motivate her, especially because she needs to go get some cleaning done today over at we'll go to the Goths today to do some cleaning. We'll help them out. There we go. Get that mood enhancement. What does that do? Brighten day. That's kind of cool. So she's feeling a little better after that. She's got some more motivation to actually show up to work today. Kaylynn snuck in some potty training real fast for Allison before she headed to the Goths, and I think we're gonna get it. I think we're getting that. Yes, we got potty trained for Allison too. All right. 2 of them are potty trained now. Small victories. No one is home, so she can't really knock on the door, but we're not gonna break in, so I'm gonna just do master controller and open up the house because I think the Goths wouldn't care if their house cleaner would come into their house to clean, and even if they're not home, you know what I mean? Oh, we have little Reese Goth here. Hello, Reese. What do you guys think about using the mood enhancer potion as like a drug? Like, I feel like that's something Sims could get addicted to if they took enough of it, you know what I mean? That could be kind of interesting to use it in that way. Brandy's watching the kids, of course, which is why Kaylynn has such a great relationship with Brandy. She hasn't broached the subject yet to Brandy about taking the kids, but I don't think Kaylynn realizes how sick she is yet, so I don't think she would necessarily think to give her kids away just yet, you know? She's not quite sick enough. It looks like all the beds are made. Wow, they kept their house pretty clean. I'm shocked. I was expecting maybe not quite as bad as what the Langric household was, but still. Oh, clean up bad food. There we go. For cleaning the various houses around town, Kaylynn will gain 75 simoleons per household. So it's not a ton, but I don't want her making a ton of money anyway, you know what I mean? So just enough to, like, she can add to her NRAS homemaker income by cleaning other houses of other Sims around town. And we'll make sure to take it from the Goths, so she actually, like, their funds represent we actually took from them. Some nasty food in there. Oh, Kaylynn, that's probably not where that goes. There's still a couple of different toys to put away, but I think that's probably all she's gonna need to do. It's nice. Oh, hey, look, Bella's home. We might get kicked out now that Bella's home. Maybe not. We'll chat with her. I guess we should introduce ourselves. Be like, hi, I'm your new maid. I've only been in your house cleaning everything, but it's fine. And then while she introduces herself, let me do the money transfer. So we're gonna click on Bella and do the master controller basic money transfer. Boom, so we just gained, oh, I didn't mean to do 150. Hold up, I gotta fix that. Okay, I fixed it so that we didn't get 150. I had the repair amount stuck in my head, so whoops. All right, we have $75 that we made today. Get to know just a teeny tiny bit, and then let's go home because those poor toddlers need us to take care of them because our Brandy's not handling their diapers very well. Looks like we actually have some mail, so let's go check what we have in the mail since Kaylynn just got home from the Goths. Ooh, we cleaned up the house just in time. Did you see that? The Goth family were throwing a party. Oh, she got a letter from Octavian. Yeah, I'm not filling it. Please don't mail me again. Well, That's just sad. I'm so sorry, Kaylynn. I think that's a don't ask me to watch your children again. I'm still, oh, where did this come from? All of them have imaginary friends all of a sudden? I don't know what just happened. That must have been in the mail too. As far as the imaginary friends go, we talked about it a lot in the Brandy and Skip round, the Brokes. What was ultimately decided is that we need to have multiple stipulations in order to have a sim gain, not necessarily gain an imaginary friend, because they all literally have an imaginary friend right now, but they need to hit certain stipulations in order to turn the imaginary friends real. And none of our sims hit those stipulations. Basically, the sim has to be supernatural, and they have to be either a supernatural fan or eccentric, maybe even a genius, in order to turn the imaginary friends real, because I feel like sims with those traits would actually care enough to turn their imaginary friends real. There can also be exceptions, like if we think story-wise something makes sense to do with an imaginary friend, then we can totally do that. Like, I'm not gonna be so strict that it's like, oh my god, only one way to play type thing. I think it's more fun to just have some openings like that story-wise, but in general, if they don't meet those qualifications, supernatural and with the certain traits, then we're not gonna spend time trying to turn the imaginary friends real. I'm gonna have Kaylynn spend the rest of the evening with the toddlers and just trying to get more skill points in. You can see we still have some like learning how to walk and learning how to talk and all that sort of stuff with pretty much most of the quadruplets. So I think whatever we get to today is probably going to be what we get to. Look who is about to learn to walk, Joffrey. Come on, this has got to be it. Oh, one more walk. Hey, there it is. Kaylynn doesn't really seem like she wants to throw a party, so she's probably just gonna invite Brandy. Since Brandy's kind of a close friend, she might invite Darlene and like the Dreamers too, because they're fellow peasants. But other than that, like she's really gonna not have any like official party going on. Let's focus on Joffrey's talking next, because she not only wants to teach him to talk, but she also wants him to age up well. I don't think he knows how to go to the bathroom yet, like he's not potty trained, so that's definitely one thing we're gonna have to work on. I think we can probably get the talking done. I don't think any of them are gonna have more than 1 or 2 skills learned. Kaylynn's a little chilly out here, but it looks like we are getting one last skill point in for Joffrey. We got a learn to talk in. He still doesn't know how to go to the bathroom, but at least he can talk. Holy crap, I did not realize how close Joffrey was to learning how to go to the bathroom. The last round that we played with him, we must have done quite a few potty training stuff. She must have wanted to teach him, because he's totally gonna learn this round. Look, like, yeah, he's immediately got it. So Joffrey is the only quadruplet that's learned everything. Lucky him. Kaylynn is really not doing well today. She is slept in at this point. It's 6:20 in the morning and she's normally up at like 4, so I don't think she's feeling too well today. It is the quad's birthday today though, so I do want to get that done, but she may be spending the day in bed. The plague's really hitting her hard now. Our first guest is here for our unofficial party for the quads. Let's bring Zephyr in, one of her, well, it is her next door neighbor basically, which I think is why they're so close. And Kaylynn's gonna go right back to bed. We're gonna wait for some of the other guests to show up before we do any age ups. I really need to get rid of those imaginary friends though. I'm glad that none of them really fit our criteria to keep them, because it's so distracting. Like, they don't interact with each other, they don't interact with their toys anymore. Like, it's way too high value for them. Okay, so then now I should hopefully be able to delete it. Ha! So the way I'm doing this, in case you don't know, is just shift click, object, delete. No imaginary friend problems anymore. Hey, here's the Dreamers. Looks like Darren's here to help take care of some of our kiddos. I'm glad he just walked in. And Darlene brought her little Cecilia. Hello, Cecilia. I need to fix your outfit. I think I'll fix it right now. Much better. All right, is anyone else interacting with the quads? Oh, Darlene is. Part of me is secretly hoping that they're gonna teach them one of their skills before they age up. But I'm gonna start aging them up in just a minute here. I'm gonna give them till like noon for guests to try and help with this skilling, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. Dude, poor Kaylynn, she is a mess. You know what? It's probably a good thing that Kaylynn's on the bed right now, because we know what the dreamers like to do when they're at parties. Where is Brandy? I need Brandy here, because Kaylynn really needs to have a conversation with her. Oh, there's Brandy. Speaking of, look at her. She's like, hello, I've made it. I'm just rocking. Kaylynn's not even gonna bother to get dressed. She's just not there. Hello. Let's go inside, please. And then we're gonna chat with Brandy, actually, and we're just gonna mention to her that, you know, Octavian came over, he wasn't willing to take on more than one child, and he'd be willing to be the benefactor to just one, which she discloses to Brandy that that one is going to be Christine. To her surprise, she thought he would take Allison, but he wants to be a benefactor for Christine and Christine only, which is not fair to the other quads, but unfortunately that's just how Octavian is. Zephyr's taking care of Mary. Thank you, Zephyr. So she's having that conversation, just saying, you know, hey, I don't think I'm doing too well. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna make it with this. We've already seen people in the neighborhood be taken out by the plague, so I don't have high hopes for myself. If you could take on the responsibility of my children, just take them in, even if you could find families for them to become either kitchen maids or chambermaids or any sort of that sort of role to the upper class households, it would be a huge help for Kaylynn, and she could kind of move on to the next life feeling better about having to leave, even though it's not really her choice since she's sick. But that's sort of what she's setting up, and Brandy's, you know, of course they can move in. I will watch them. I have the daycare. There's plenty of room for them. We will sort that out for you. Don't you worry. And that, of course, brightens Kaylynn's day. And with that sorted, I definitely think we should do age-ups. So let's move on to that. Let's start with Mary. Here we go. Come on, Mary, everyone. It's Mary's birthday. I'm so excited to see what all of them look like as kids. Due to her modest early development. So by the way, Mary only learned how to talk. That is all that she had time for. And it looks like she got a trait that she shouldn't have. She got the imaginary friend trait. So we're gonna fix that, and I will fix her as well, because oh my god, that outfit. Here is Mary, all nice and updated. Look at her nice little outfit. I love her look. I don't know why, she just looks slightly confused. We have to fix her trait, of course, but I actually think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll a d6, because since she only learned how to talk as a toddler, I want some of our consequences similar to what we do in Sims 2. Since she didn't learn how to potty train, there's a chance she'll gain either slob, unlucky, loser, or hydrophobic trait. And then since she didn't learn how to walk, she'll either gain a clumsy or a couch potato. So I'm gonna roll a d6. Let's see what our d6 gives us. 3. So 3 would be 1, 2, 3, loser. Oh, so Mary gets the loser trait. Poor Mary, she's a loser. Yep, just cry about this. I'm gonna do the one true hobby rolls at the end of, oops, I don't know why there's trash on the ground, but I'll do the one true hobbies at the end so we can kind of do them all together and get our age ups kind of as quickly as possible. So we're gonna do Joffrey next. With Joffrey's age up, he got all of his toddler skills learned. So we are gonna randomize his trait. Nope, we are not doing that. The traits need to be the normal traits. I just have access to a whole bunch of different trait things because of NRAS, I think. So ones that aren't real traits, we're gonna disregard. Okay, there we go. So perceptive. This is Joffrey. He has the same eyes basically as Mary, those bright green eyes of Kaylynn. Next up was Christine to age up. She actually aged up with the absent-minded trait. She only learned how to use the restroom. She did have some other, like some chance for a clumsy or a couch potato trait, but also since she didn't learn how to talk, she had a chance for shy or socially awkward. But I think absent-minded kind of works too. Like she just was so absent-minded that she didn't think to learn anything but use the restroom by herself. Dang, Christine looks fierce. Like, she got a lot of her facial features from Octavian. Like, you can already tell from her face. Goodness gracious. No wonder she's gonna be the one going with Octavian. I gave her a slightly nicer outfit too, because I think because she has a benefactor in her dad who is a noble status sim, he would have paid to have her look a little bit nicer. Last but not least is little Allison aging up. She learned how to talk as well as is potty trained, so she just didn't learn how to walk. She did randomize the loves to swim trait, which I might keep for her. Like maybe she loves to swim because she didn't learn how to walk very well. Like she feels like she's able to move a little more smooth in the water than she is compared to land, you know what I mean? So I think that'd be kind of fun. Another thing I forgot to mention is with the Sims who didn't learn how to walk or those that didn't learn how to talk, they can only reach either a body skill of level 3 as a child or a charisma skill of level 3 as a child. Here's Allison all spruced up for how she should be looking. She did have her hair up when she aged up, so I give her a braid just to have it kind of out of the way, and I kind of like the messy bangs for her. Like she doesn't quite care enough to fix that. All our quads are officially kids. Let's do their one true hobby and sub hobby roles really quickly. Let's start with Mary. We will go ahead and randomize what her one true hobby is. Ooh, games. Okay, so then now we are going to change our sim one true hobby to games so that we can randomize the sub hobby. Skee ball. Ooh. So I'm going to write that down real fast. Our lovely cleaner here, Joffrey, he gets music and dance. We're gonna change this to music and dance. Bass. Oh, he likes to play the wash bass. Maybe he can play that with Darlene. The lovely Christine. Sports is what she gets here. Let's see, let's change the one true hobby to sports. Horse show jumps. Ooh, that's actually perfect because she is going to be the benefactor for Octavian, who has money to get horses and have her take part in horse shows. Yes. Allison's looking positively evil here, as she is, since that's one of her traits. But let's go ahead and see what her randomized one true hobby is. Oh, she got sports as well. Okay, wow. She likes to play baseball, so she likes to play catch. We'll have to get a baseball for her. I'm going through and getting all of their schools set up, so just a reminder, the peasants don't actually go to a school building or anything like that. They just go to, or they have homeschooling set up so that we don't lose them to the social worker or anything, but that they're not trying to go to class during the day either. No boarding school situations for our peasants. Holy cow. Okay, we have all of our quadruplets dealt with here. And, oh, thanks, Zephyr, for complimenting our home. It took a lot of work to get there. I'm excited. All the quads are kids now. That's not a good sign for Kaylynn, but you know, she wants another child. Oh my goodness, Kaylynn, get out of here. Get out of here with that. Look at these two. They're getting to know Brandy already. I love it. They're gonna need to get to know Brandy a lot better. They don't realize how sick their mom really is, but I love that they're already autonomously trying to get to know Brandy. What are these two doing? These two are playing, doing some shaka bra. Seems like the quads all get along, at least so far. That's about as much as Kaylynn can handle. She really can't be a part of this party as much as she wants to be. So we're gonna have her go and nap some more. This was a lot of effort just to come out and see her kids aging up. I really wish we didn't roll her for the plague roll, but she's sleeping with her eyes open and everything. Creepy, Kaylynn. Well, I thought Kaylynn would have money to pass on to both the crown and, you know, Brandy for helping take on some of the kids, but buying all these beds so that everyone would have a space to sleep has left us with 100 simoleons. Oh my goodness, Kaylynn just got 870 simoleons in grant money. She finally got paid from her work, and thank goodness she did, because we needed to pay off all those beds we just bought. Kaylynn can't even get out of bed today, so the kids are gonna get out of the house, go and just stay away from her a bit to hopefully not catch any sort of plague or anything. Most of them actually want to do the fall festival because today is spooky day, and I think that's a good way to get them out of the house, and we can kind of see how they interact with each other and see what sort of relationships they're gonna have moving forward. They're all here at the fall festival grounds, and as soon as they got here, they all rolled the want to meet a vampire. Weird. It's almost like they know their dad is a vampire. Let's have everyone bob for apples. Enter the apple eating contest with all of the quads. Joffrey wants to, so everyone else will just join. Why not? All right, there, Allison, calm down. Oh, and then Mary's just crying. Those two are gonna be a hoot, I'm pretty sure. Let's go. Who's gonna get it? Oh, it looks like Christine just grabbed one. Allison did. I haven't seen Mary grab any. Mary's struggling. Poor Mary. I don't think she's grabbed. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now everyone's grabbed at least one apple. That would be so hard. I've never done that before, but I don't know that I'd be very good at it. Oh, who won? Joffrey won! He was the best bobber around. Nice. Good job, Joffrey. Besides that, I want to see just how they interact by themselves. And it looks like Joffrey's gonna pull some pranks. Oh, Mary enjoyed it at least. They're gonna do some water balloon fighting. Dawn's just chilling. Watching the kids play. Where did, there's Coral. Coral's here. Oh. Allison and Morris are talking. I believe Morris is one class rank above Allison, so this could be interesting. If they get along at all. I don't know, I think it's gonna be a little difficult to get along with Allison because she's evil, but so far they're kind of getting along. The water balloon fighting here. What is Mary? Oh, Mary's doing that. Who am I thinking of? Christine. Oh, Christine didn't get enough of the apples. She wants some hot dogs now. Her and Daniel are gonna take on each other. I mean, no offense, Christine, but I think Daniel's gonna win because he's a lot bigger than you are. Looks like no one else decided to join. We've got the hot dog eating contest going. Coral's teaching little Lilith how to walk in the background. That's pretty cute. I keep getting notifications for Catherine Caliente and Mary James. They're pretty good friends. They're always hanging out. Oh my gosh, Daniel, are you gonna let a little girl beat you at a hot dog eating contest? That is sad. Oh my gosh, she totally won. The save screen blocked it, but Christine just finished all of the hot dogs. Holy crap. Daniel is still going. Oh my goodness, Daniel, just give up. Just give up now. She beat you by like multiple seconds. Shoot, it's starting to hail. Okay, well, I think their day outside just got cut short because of all the hail, so they're gonna run back inside and then, yeah. Hopefully Kaylynn's still okay. We've made it to the last day today. Kaylynn's been hanging on as best she can, but she's really just been in bed for the last few days now, so she doesn't think that she's gonna be getting any better anytime soon, and in fact, she feels awful. I don't want to do it, but it's Kaylynn's time. It's time for the plague to take over Kaylynn. What I'm gonna do though, because I don't think that Sims 3 is the same with the social worker, as far as like in Sims 2, if your kid gets taken by the social worker, then you can adopt the next sim out and it would be the Sims that were just lost, you know what I mean? But I don't think it does that in Sims 3. In the interest of saving our quads, I'm gonna start splitting them up here before I do any sort of payment for taxes or anything. I guess we could pay the crown real fast. Let's do that. We'll do the 200 simoleon tax that goes to the king every week. There we go. So he gets his cut naturally. I'm gonna see if I can do this just with NRAS, but let's see what we can do. So the Ward household is gonna take on Christine, like we said. There we go. So now we're gonna have Christine go. Okay, so Christine has just joined the Ward household, so she will go be a part of Octavian and his crew. I need Mary, Joffrey, and Allison to go join the Brokes, so let's find their house. The Broke household, we're gonna add the rest of the Sims, of the quads anyway. Goodbye, friends. Now that they're all moved on. I know Mary's crying. She doesn't want to move in with Brandy. But unfortunately, Kaylynn just is not in a good way. And that reminds me, I need to actually send money because I want to send what I have left basically to Brandy so that they get some help. So she just gave all the rest of her money. Okay, now it's time. I'm kind of curious what the game's gonna do because it might freak out a little bit since she's the last sim in this household, but here we are. Probably advanced. Force kill. Am I clicked on the right sim? Hold on, let me make sure I clicked on the right person because I don't want one of our kids to die. Okay, I'm on Kaylynn. Yes. Kaylynn Langerak is the one that we're trying to kill here. And she died from sickness. So we are gonna choose... There's not really like a disease one. Not that I'm seeing here. So I'm gonna just say that she got dehydrated because that kind of fits with if you're sick enough and you're not getting enough to eat or drink or anything like that, you're gonna get dehydrated enough. I guess starvation could kind of work too, but we'll say dehydrated. So we're gonna say she got dehydrated. Oh God. I can't even see what's happening now. I guess that's the end? I forgot I don't get the death animation with that. One of you guys showed me how to do it with the death animation there, but well, I guess that wraps up our round. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully with less plague death.